In the opulent Hollywood Hills mansion that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck once called their love nest, an uninvited visitor had made its presence known. Politics. An insider close to the couple, who spoke on condition of anonymity, revealed the explosive disagreements that ultimately led to the pair's dramatic split. Jennifer and Ben had always been passionate people, the insider began, but lately that passion had turned into a firestorm, ignited by their contrasting political beliefs. Jennifer, a fervent supporter of the Democratic Party, had thrown her support behind Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, seeing them as the leaders who could guide the country toward a more inclusive and progressive future. Her political convictions were deeply personal, rooted in her belief in equality, justice, and the power of women to lead. For her, Kamala Harris was a symbol of hope and strength, a trailblazer who represented the very best of America. Ben, on the other hand, harbored a more conservative stance. While he did not align himself with any particular party, his skepticism about the ability of women to hold the highest office in the United States was a point of contention. It's not that he didn't believe in women's rights or capabilities, the source explained, but he had a deeply ingrained belief, perhaps shaped by his upbringing or experiences, that made him question whether a woman could handle the pressures of the presidency. The friction between them grew, bubbling under the surface until it finally exploded one fateful evening. What started as a heated debate over the coming election turned into a full-blown argument. They were in the kitchen, the insider recounted, and you could hear them shouting at each other from the other end of the house. As their voices rose, so did their tempers. The kitchen, which once hosted laughter and shared meals, became a battleground. Plates were hurled across the room, shattering against the walls. Glasses flew, and pots clanged as they hit the floor. It was like a scene out of a movie, the source said. They were both so furious, and neither one of them was willing to back down. The argument spilled out onto the veranda, where the night air did nothing to cool their heated exchange. More than just words were thrown, emotions were laid bare, raw and unfiltered. The glass panes of the veranda doors didn't stand a chance against the fury of a couple whose love had been torn apart by political ideology. They were like two storms colliding, the insider continued. You could see the pain in their eyes, but neither one of them wanted to admit defeat. The insider described how the household staff had tried to intervene, but it was impossible to calm the storm. The couple was in a frenzy, each more determined than the other to be heard, to be understood. But understanding was far from reach. It was a chasm that had widened with every political debate, every news cycle, and every social media post. When the dust finally settled, the kitchen was a wreck, the veranda's glass door shattered, and their relationship lay in pieces, much like the porcelain scattered across the floor. It wasn't about the dishes or the broken glass, the insider reflected. It was about broken trust, broken dreams, and the realization that their love wasn't enough to bridge this ideological divide. Friends and family had seen it coming for months. They had hoped the couple would find a way to reconcile their differences, to find common ground in their love for each other. But the political landscape of America had made its way into their home, into their hearts, and there was no going back. Ben packed his bags that night, the insider concluded, and Jennifer watched him leave, her eyes filled with tears. It was over. Not with a gentle goodbye, but with a crash, a loud, painful crash that echoed through the halls of their home and the pages of their story. In the end, it wasn't infidelity or career demands that drove them apart, but a difference in political belief, a divide that neither of them could cross. And so, the once celebrated union of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck ended, not with a whisper, but with the shattering sound of a broken home.